Carol was the owner of a specialty plant shop on Promenade Grove. Her husband had recently died, and her 3 kids had moved away and hardly call or visit. In the middle of the shop was a bronze statue that her father had given to her. She was a ballerina, but life got in the way. She lived in a small 1-bedroom apartment above her shop. The only joy in her life was her shop that she held dear. One of her kids called to say that the whole family was coming to visit and for Carol to make her famous chicken dish. So Carol closed her shop and prepared. Carol waited several hours for her family to visit, but no one showed up. The next day, 4 mysterious women entered the shop looking for several snake plants. They were looking around and saw the ballerina statue that was behind the counter. One of the women spoke to an employee and asked where she could find the owner. She pointed upstairs. Carol was getting ready for bed when the mysterious woman knocked on her door. Her name was Kara, and she was interested in the statue in her shop. Carol told her the story, and Kara stated that she was a ballerina herself, and that Carol should meet her friends and teach them some old ways. Carol said that she had too much going on in her life to try and relive old times, but that she would think about it.
Shubi Rao. Fenoi. So.
Kara had a feeling that Carol would change her mind. And she did. Carol had to take a boat an hour from town to an island that she never knew existed. She was amazed at how grand, clean, and organized the home was. There were no family pictures on the walls, just odd works of art, and everything was mostly black and white. Carol met the rest of the girls named Kelly, Nikki, and Madison. They spent the rest of the day talking about the art of dance.
Shamagra. Buena. Con Fulibodaba.
The next night, Kara had invited Carol out for dinner. She told her that the rest of the girls loved her and that they had a proposition for her. They wanted Carol to stay with them and join the Rena Club for a few days. It would be something fun for her to do. Carol thought the idea was silly, but Kara convinced her that it wasn't, and it would be worth her while. Carol eventually agreed to stay for a few days. She couldn't put her finger on it, but Kara seemed a little off. A few days later, Carol had arrived at the house, and all the girls met her outside and shared how excited they were that she was there. Kara had showed Carol to her room, which was bigger than any house that Carol had ever owned. The first step to be Arena was to be in shape, which meant doing yoga every day and going to the gym.
Golly. Huh.
Something that Carol struggled with and doesn't remember being a part of her routine when she was younger. The second step was to drink overpriced coffee. The third step was to enjoy the views that life had to offer. The fourth step was obviously to have secrets, because the Arena girls were hiding something. That night, Carol was having a dream, a very weird dream. She dreamt that the girls were outside her room, doing routines, but they were stiff, like robots, almost as if they were possessed. That morning, Carol went into the kitchen to tell Kara that it was time for her to go. She had to return to the shop and her life. The girls had to move their plan up ahead of schedule. Carol was outside, working on her yoga routine to show her kids, when Kara came outside to tell her that they want to take her for her last meal. With them, of course. The Arena girls took Carol out for dinner as a thank you to spending time with them. When they got back to the house for Carol's things, Kara wanted to do one last thing with her. Meditation. Their meditation room didn't look so peaceful, but Carol was willing to do it. The problem is that doing so would cost her her soul. The transformation is complete, and Carol's soul is stuck in Arena's body.